At 2:13 a.m., Vikram sends a message to his coworker, Maud. He's alone at the diner, and the first thing he notices isn't a person, but the lights flickering specifically over booth 6. A diner at this hour is a liminal space, a location designed for transition and high-volume crowds that is now unnaturally empty. It is a structure meant for the living that currently feels like it belongs to no one. When we enter these environments, our biology expects the hum of a crowd. When that noise is replaced by total silence, our brains become hypersensitive. We begin scanning the periphery, looking for a reason why a place built for people is suddenly devoid of them. For Vikram, the only bridge back to a normal, populated world is the small, glowing rectangle in his hand. His chat window with Maud is his sole proof that he isn't entirely isolated. The tension breaks when that digital tether, the thing supposed to keep him safe, becomes the primary way he experiences a physical threat. At 2:15 a.m., the figure in booth 6 claims to have been served by Vikram last week. He then demonstrates an impossible intimacy, telling Vikram that Maud, who isn't even in the building, frequently forgets to lock the back door. This timeline isolates the gap between a read receipt and the appearance of the typing bubble. In digital communication, this is the UI of fear. The interface is designed to show a connection exists, but cannot tell us what is happening during the silence. Without a voice to hear or face to read, Maud is forced to fill this void with his imagination. The longer the delay, the more extreme the mental scenarios become, causing a physiological spike in stress that the app provides no way to resolve. Maud is reduced to a passive observer. He can see the crisis unfolding in text, but the screen acts as a one-way glass. He can watch his friend panic, but he cannot reach through the pixels to help him. While the entity in the diner is physically moving toward the counter at a steady pace, Vikram's ability to call for help is throttled by the speed of his own thumbs on a glass keyboard. The physical space soon matches the digital entrapment. The front door is locked, the back door is chained, and the key has vanished. The medium of the text message has successfully stripped Maud of his agency. He isn't a rescuer anymore. He is a witness to a crime he can't stop. At 2:26 a.m., the figure removes its hoodie to reveal Vikram's own face. It's wearing his uniform, including a specific tear on the sleeve from a month ago. But the eyes are too large, and they don't blink. This revulsion is the result of the uncanny valley, a psychological state where a humanoid object looks almost human, but is off by just enough to feel deeply threatening. Our brains are specialized to detect tiny facial anomalies. When we see skin that sags unnaturally or eyes that remain static, our evolutionary threat detection system interprets the almost human as a predator. Unlike a monster with fangs or claws, this threat is hidden behind the familiar. It subverts the victim's identity, making the source of the danger indistinguishable from a friend. The doppelganger is effective because it bypasses our biological defenses, using the face of someone we trust to get within striking distance. Vikram hides in the office, but the entity begins knocking in his own specific pattern, 3 quick, 2 slow. It's the exact rhythm Vikram uses when he forgets his keys. Through the door, the entity claims it has been waiting for its shift since last Friday. This reveal introduces retroactive dread, the realization that a situation was compromised long before you noticed the danger. Mohand realizes that Vikram called in sick a week ago. This means the entity has been wearing Vikram's face and communicating on his behalf for 7 days, without Maud ever questioning the identity on the other side of the screen. Every message sent over the last week is suddenly recontextualized. The timeline of safety hasn't just ended, it was never there to begin with. At 2:31 a.m., the messages stop. The entity's final message is a reservation. Tell them booth 6 is reserved, for you. The conversation ends with the "Vikram is typing" indicator. It remains there, hovering in the center of the screen, a digital promise of a message that will never arrive. This story highlights the thinness of our digital connections. When we interact through text, we aren't talking to a person, we are talking to a representation of them curated by software. If an entity replicates the typing speed, the slang, and the profile picture of a friend, our only way of verifying their identity is gone. We are left hoping the person on the other end is who they say they are, with no physical way to prove it.